Okay, so I'm making a new video here. I came across some problems putting the timing cover bolts back in. You can see the grommets here are really eaten away. This one's really rusty. This one's in not bad shape, but it could use a renew. And then I've got some other ones here. This one's chewed up, missing pieces. And these are actually really hard to find unless you get them in a kit that half the parts you don't need. That one's not too bad, but I'm going to do that anyway. So what I have here is these are just the Beckett brand, but I have they're valve cover grommets, and I worked on these yesterday, and they fit, but you have to modify them. So I think there's 14, and they come in packs of 6, so I actually got 3 packs of 6. These are about $3.50 on Rock. Anyway, this part is obviously too small, so I had to drill it out using a drill bit here. The size I will get you here. Give me half a second, and I will get you the size. The size is, I believe, is a half, possibly a 3/8. Let's just look at here. The size is a 5/16. So 5/16 drill bit, and you have to do it in steps. Otherwise, because they have metal, they have a washer in there. It'll melt and they'll separate. So you have to drill them in steps, and so I do multiples at once so that they are allowed to cool down between. So you drill it out, and I'll show you here in a minute. I'm actually going to do the rest of these. Like I say, I've already done 6 because I got 6 of them yesterday. And these ones you just throw away. Like I say, if you want to buy the kit, that's like $40, and it comes with seals that either you're going to replace or you're not. I didn't want to, so and these are a lot cheaper. And what I'm doing is, you could use I just use cheap Harbor Freight tools for this, but I'm just trying to separate because see how crusty these are. It's all breaking off. But I'm just separating the washers. You can see how much stuff. Look how brittle they are. It's pretty bad. The truck these came off of has 200,000 miles on it. Whatever I use, and so there you go. I just separated it. And I don't do anything to clean these up. You can if you want. But what I'm going to do next is I'm going to drill them out, and I'll show you how to do that. Drill press is preferred, but I just use a hand drill. So now what I'm going to do is take one of these. I've got some vice grips here. Or not vice. Channel locks. And I put them about halfway in there. Not quite halfway. And I hold it down pretty good. And then, you want a nice charged battery. You'll see metal bits going over. Use safety glasses, obviously. I drill it out just a little bit further. So I drill it out to about there. And then I'll do the next one. Because I'm going to let that one cool off. Go about halfway in. If you want a measurement, probably a 1/64 of an inch. And we'll drill out the rest, and I'll show you the second step once we get there. Alright, I've got a few of these. I think I did all but 2 out of 12, so I've got 10 of them. And I'm going to show you the second step. This one, of course, there were 9 in between. It is a little warm, I can still feel it, but it's not going to affect it quite as bad as drilling it straight through. So this is the second step. Obviously it's not tight enough in the chuck. Try this on another one, let that one cool down. Tighten the chuck here. Okay, so that one's through, but that will not fit still. You can try and shove it through there, but it's really close, and so what you have to do is then I actually do this while it's not too hot right now, but I'll put it in there, and then I'll just kind of ream it out here like this a little bit, and then that one should actually fit in. And sometimes and then you make it in the garbage. That's not the one, I'll have to find it. Alrighty, so we're going to try and do this again. So we've got that one all reamed out. That would be this one here. Had to dig through the garbage. But I'm going to go with this. I'll just drill another one out here, and then I'll go through the rest of them. This is a brand new bit too, it's never been used. And then I'm just going to ream it out a little bit, and then I'm going to let it cool. They will separate if you allow them to heat up too much. We'll go to that point. Alright, so one did overheat, and this is what happens. It separates. I let it get too hot. You can see that one was cut, and that one it melted the washer right off of it because it got too hot. So that one's trash. I mean, you could use it if you wanted to. But this is the rest of them. This is what they all look like. I took my time on the last, after ruining that one, the last half of them I took my time on. But let them cool down before you start inserting them, because what you got to do is, like on these ones, you got to put that, make sure you put the washer side down. Some of these will just slip on, but for the most part I just use this and use the small sledge here. And there it is. So that's the new one, all fit on, didn't separate. Got a little bit of extra gasket going on here, but nothing that won't kill it. And just make sure that it didn't crack through. Looks actually pretty okay, and they're fairly similar to the originals. They've got that tapered top end where the washer sits, and then of course they come out. So, and that's how you do those. Like this one, I won't be able to hammer it on, obviously, because you know that only goes so far. But find one that's probably been reamed out enough that it'll just slip on, like that one. Might still have to do like this, like put it on the end like this, or get a longer socket or a shorter socket, either way. That one's going on. So, and there you go. It's perfect for that. So, and that's pretty much it.